So TikTok is a thriving platform even with its apparent looming demise, at least from its American audience. But as we doubt the longevity of TikTok in America, the platform is outperforming one of the largest streaming platforms, Twitch. And unfortunately, because of Twitch's business model, they will always fail against YouTube and TikTok. What TikTok and YouTube's got going for it is that it can pull viewers from VOD content, and Twitch hasn't. So all this thing about innovating or opening markets to Latin America or Southeast Asia isn't really going to help when you still got the issue that Twitch is solely and predominantly a streaming platform. So you're going on there to watch streams, while on TikTok, you are predominantly going on there to possibly doom scroll and watch 30 to 40 second videos, not necessarily live streams. I feel like when you scroll on TikTok, you scroll on normal videos as well when you come across a live stream. So, like, how many of them viewers are just scrolling endlessly, doom scrolling, look at the stream and just go, okay. Like, the traffic that is pulling to TikTok's live stream, a large number of its watch time must be people doing that, unless it only counts after a certain few seconds, but I don't know if that's the case. What I'm questioning is TikTok's watch time pretty legitimate? I just feel like the value of a Twitch viewer eclipses that of a TikTok viewer. In terms of a live viewership, if you look at TikTok, it's a hybrid of live streaming and VOD content, when Twitch is obviously closed off with its sole streaming audience. You can grow more of a tighter audience on Twitch and on YouTube, unless you're, pulling them over immediately. Oh, you see, the cock does that a lot. Like, you see on TikTok, come over to YouTube, and that's where we're popping, that's where we're chilling, come over to YouTube. And obviously multi-streaming, of course, we haven't really talked about multi-streaming, so that could be another thing why TikTok's gone up. So the Twitch content creators are now multi-streaming on TikTok, so definitely on YouTube Shorts. So I wonder how much of a dent that's made into Twitch's watch time market. People are coming across TikToks to streams they would have watched on Twitch. I prefer when Twitch lets past VODs on, because sometimes you want to watch those live streams later, Yeah, but then you got YouTube. Most of these streamers, when they put their stuff on YouTube, and they can make a lot more money. Was it Moist Critical talking about? So if he live streams on YouTube, which he obviously I think does, or when he has started to do, and he would live stream, and obviously it's just a video on there, but it's a live stream video, of course. That ended up getting a lot of views after the fact, and I think it made him like 90 grand on like 2 million views. It's insane, because it was like an 8-hour video, an 8-hour live stream. So unfortunately, that's what I'm getting at. On Twitch, that live stream, if I was a Twitch streamer, I would freaking private it and put on YouTube, because that, unless I'm wrong, that past VOD on Twitch is making you no money at all. So you might as well rip it, bang it on YouTube, and make the money out of the ad revenue on there. Or bang VODs up on TikTok, where it's more helpful for engagement. But obviously that might be the argument why Twitch needs to diversify in terms of that, because Twitch is only a streaming platform. Some people get VODs from Twitch and upload them to YouTube for YouTube viewers. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm getting this from the Moist Critical video, or someone else was saying, oh, is it Sea-Dog Connor? Is that his name? Like, the viewerships he's getting on his VODs on. So yeah, he has a VOD channel where he just uploads his VODs. 20k on a 9-hour video. It's 8 minutes long, that's barely making 30 quid, but that video is an 8-hour video, that's probably making it, I don't want to say grand, but it could make a grand. So these are videos that have already been watched, been viewed by Twitch streams, and it's then getting 30,000 views. 150, that's making bank. That one there is making bank. 147, 115k, 226, 20k. Like, if any of these pop over 1 million, okay, that's 3 years ago. Oh mate, I wouldn't even like to consider how much that's making. And that's Twitch doesn't have that with past streams, unfortunately. I think this is Sea-Dog himself, or he gets his editor, or just whips the whole stream up and just put the stream up, so there was actually no editing. God, who was it? I can't think who it was. I remember a content creator once saying that they literally found someone doing that, and they literally said, oh, I don't really care they do that. I've heard they made like 50 grand a year or last year just uploading my stuff, or they were making like 10 grand a month or something. It was something like that. I was like, I didn't care. I am paid them to do that as well as the money they were making on the channel or something, because obviously it was getting viewers and it was helping me out in turn. But I would be very different if you were like that video. Again, 3-hour video, 900k. That's a VOD. That's not a video. He's probably made this into a shorter video as well. So he's streamed it, made it into a VOD, and he's probably ripped that into a 10-minute video at some point 2 years ago. That's insane. And unfortunately, that's where Twitch will always struggle, because it is such a streaming platform. When we look at this, was it a diagram? When we look at it, and TikTok takes second place. TikTok now has 8 billion, which is almost half more than Twitch. But I would also like to say, how many of them people are actually engaging and staying for more than 2 minutes? Because as much as I scroll through TikTok live streams, like, I would always move to a bit more of a comfortable platform, as stupid as that sounds. So either YouTube or Twitch if they stream on there. How many of the 8 billion views are actually from creators who are either on Twitch and YouTube trying to generate traffic through TikTok, which I think is a lot more than... So if you're a YouTube content creator and you stream on Twitch, people are only watching streams, so it's less of a traffic area, a traffic fall, isn't it? TikTok has that because they've got VOD and live streams. It's not really... It is separate to a degree, because the moment you press a live stream, like if you actually clicked on the live stream, you would then start scrolling through live streams, which just makes the site as a small streamer and even a large streamer, it's obviously going to take viewership for that reason, and it's a real good tool for streamers. But again, I would be inclined to use that to move them over to YouTube and Twitch. But I would like to... Okay, can't get him up. As someone who I watch occasionally, like when I'm editing a video, I would always watch this creator. God, how do I say his name? Okay, so let me be honest about streaming. In December, I gained 270 followers on Twitch. In that same time, I gained 18,690 followers from streaming on TikTok. Twitch isn't the only answer anymore. Other platforms are rewarding creators for one simple thing, being entertained. So yeah, that's not quite what I was after, but we're close. But yeah, I mean, you've heard it from the horse's mouth now, essentially. Which is funny, because his name's Stallion, which is a horse. And I do want to clarify something, because it does sound like I'm belittling TikTok viewers, which maybe I am, but it's only because of my experience with short content before. And maybe it's not TikTok, but it was, of course, YouTube. Is for a few months I actually went hard in on the YouTube, and I felt like after the fact, after the dust settled, and I had this absolutely insane growth from 9,000 subscribers up to 16,000, my biggest growth. I haven't matched anything like that. It gave me a weird placebo. Engagement and the conversations didn't feel as it didn't feel very organic. It was, at the time I wasn't feeling this, of course. I was popping off, I was like, oh, this is sick. But after the fact and after the dust settled, I did look back on it and think, I'm not so sure. So when I'm in my own head, when I'm looking at live viewers who are from more historical, horizontal content, 1920 by 1080, and not vertical, I suppose. I think personally they're more honest viewers, and they're looking for a community experience. When on the other hand, new age vertical viewers, I kind of think the viewership is a little bit more sporadic and have less concentration, basically. They're concentrating ravers, and they scroll up and now on to the next streamer, now on to the next fix. And obviously that's where Twitch will succeed, where TikTok and probably not YouTube, but TikTok will unfortunately fail currently for me. Maybe it's because of my experience with YouTube Shorts. Maybe I'm being unfair with TikTok, but I do feel like that with short content. Yes, it's easy. You guys, hit the like button. I've done it. I'm a streamer. Hit the like button. Tap the like button. Guys, tap the like button. And if you're on YouTube Shorts, hit the bottom of the screen. I'm pretty sure the subscribe button is still there. Hit the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the channel. And if you want to hit like, just double tap. Just double tap. And then if on TikTok, that works completely different. You just keep tapping and you keep liking, essentially, and you can just click the follow button. Actually, how? Yeah, so the follow button on TikTok is just at the top. So yeah, double tap, hit the follow button. It's just, unfortunately, it's so much easier to get followers because it's so much easier. Maybe there needs to be a thing that, YouTube and Twitch can do to make it easier to like more historic live, like horizontal streaming. I don't know. And you're on mobile, and obviously this article here is claiming that their main strategy, I guess, was mobile viewers. The mobile centric nature of TikTok is the major factor in its rise. Obviously, because it is, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, so much easier to like a short vertical stream. I mean, they've honestly, people say and have said for years that YouTube streaming, and they don't like the UI, it's very clunky, this, that, and the other. But honestly, shorts are probably better. If you streamed like upside down, like vertically but horizontal, how the chat appears is just honestly so much better. Essentially, what I was getting at as well is, obviously I'm followed to the little snail already, but the subscribe button would be up there, so it's easy to subscribe, and a like, just double tap the screen. And if I'm back on this stream, I'm watching it like that. I forget to like the stream, and then he reminds me to like the stream. I've got to click out the stream and go click off the chat and then like the stream. So for streamers, vertical streaming is actually much more user friendly, even though people will say they hate people vertically streaming. Well, my viewers did anyway, so there is that. Let me know in the comments if I do turn this into a video, of course. I feel like that was a video to be. If you find yourself or have been finding yourself watching TikTok live streams, tell me what you think. Tell me, should I try TikTok live streams? I guess we can go from there. So if you did enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, it has been your boy, Mr. J.R. White. Next time, bye-bye.